All right, so in section 3 of this course, we're going to be covering cost per acquisition and some key performance indicators for your business, otherwise known as KPIs. So, what is cost per acquisition? This is also known as CPA. This is how much money you spend to acquire a client. This is most relevant in your marketing. So, for every door direct mail, which we just covered, if you spent $500 total on the flyers, printing, and sending them, and you closed 5 clients from those flyers, your cost per acquisition or your CPA for that method of marketing would be $100. You used $500, you got 5 clients in return. 500 divided by 5, $100 per client. Easy. Your total CPA, and this is across all marketing methods, is your total marketing spend, everything that you've spent on marketing in a given amount of time, divided by the number of clients that you've worked with. This is not the number of clients that you still have, it's the number of clients that you have worked with in that period of time. So for example, if you spent $20,000 on marketing and you've worked with 100 clients, you know that your cost per acquisition in total is $200 per client. So you can also break down your cost per acquisition by each marketing channel. So this helps you to determine the performance of each of your marketing methods and compare them to each other and how well they're doing for your business. So again, before you write off any channel as inefficient, make sure that you've actually done your due diligence with that channel and followed best practices. It's possible that you just didn't do enough or you didn't do it well enough, and that's the reason why your cost per acquisition is hurting. So don't write off an entire method of marketing if you don't have enough data to really determine that. Now, if you've done your due diligence, if you've really put your best foot forward with Facebook ads per se, but your cost per acquisition is super high, then yeah, cut it out. It's not working for you. Put your effort into the marketing methods that are actually working best and have the lowest cost per acquisition at a high volume. So how do we actually utilize these statistics? Great. We know what our average cost per acquisition is. How do we actually use that data to our benefit? So first, what you need to do is you need to figure out your average lifetime value per customer. This is known as the LTV. So this is how much money that customer has spent in their entire lifetime with you. If you've had a customer that's been with you for 5 years and all they get is a mowing job every 2 weeks that they spend $70 on, you might think, oh, well, that's not a high ticket client. No, it's not high ticket, but the lifetime value is huge because they've been with you for so long. They've probably spent more with you at this point than some of your installation projects or irrigation projects. So the people that stay with you longer, they're also going to have a high LTV, and it's important to know what your average LTV is. So to do that, add up every dollar that you've ever been paid in your company and divide that number, that revenue, by the number of clients that you have ever worked for. Again, it's not the number of clients you have right now. It's the number of clients that you've ever had, ever. So what you want to do is you want to divide the revenue by that number of people. That is your average lifetime value. That is the average revenue per customer in your business. So then what you can do is you can take that lifetime value and determine the profitability of your marketing. So if a marketing channel has a cost per acquisition that is larger than your average lifetime value, which isn't even accounting for profit, by the way, you need to modify that approach or stop using it because you're losing money. Think about it. If you're spending more on acquiring a client than they're going to pay you, and that's not even including your profit margin, that's just revenue. If you're paying $150 for a client through Google Ads and they're paying you an average of $100, you're losing $50 on that client before any expenses. Say your profit margin is 50% and they spend $100 with you. You're profiting $50 and you're spending $150 on it. You're losing $100 on that client. Cut out that marketing method. It's not working for you. So we sort of dove into this in the last slide, but really how you utilize these stats is you figure out your profit margin and then you multiply your average lifetime value by that number, and that is your average profit per customer. So that number is the maximum that you can afford to spend to acquire a customer. And if you spend that much, you're breaking even. So for example, if your lifetime value is around $250 and you profit 50%, your average profit per customer is $125. So if you spend that $125 to acquire the client, you're breaking even on them. Keep that in mind. So use this info to find your budget. So if you are going into a marketing method that's new for you and you need to figure out your budget for that month, you need to find out your max spend per customer, multiply that by the desired amount of conversions from that method in that month. So say you want to get 30 conversions from Google ads in a given month. Multiply 30 by your max spend per customer. That would be this $125. So that is your maximum monthly budget. That's the maximum that you can afford to spend to get that number of conversions while breaking even. So obviously, if what you're looking for is maximum profitability and less growth in your community, adjust this lower. If you are willing to not be profitable on these customers for a little while, but really what you want is that word of mouth to grow, then sure, maybe keep your budget a little bit higher. Maybe keep it at that maximum if you don't mind being unprofitable for a little while. This is up to you and how you want to strategize your growth as a business. I'm just giving you the numbers and how to find those numbers so that you can make those educated decisions for yourself. Now, having these numbers is the reason that it's necessary to track where your leads are coming from. So if you have a bunch of different marketing methods and one is extremely profitable and you're getting leads and clients for super, super low costs, and one is costing you a buttload of money and is costing you money per clients, you need to know where to focus your effort and where to focus your budget. So make sure that you know these numbers and you know where clients are coming from and how much you're spending on each method of marketing so that you can figure out how to actually put your best foot forward and take out the marketing methods that aren't working or aren't profitable and put more money into the marketing methods that are doing well for you and are profitable. You need to know which channels are working. So just some quick notes is that cost per lead is not cost per acquisition, and the difference is your close rate. So going back to the every door direct mail example, if you sent out 1,000 flyers and you get calls from 10 people, those are leads. If you close 5 of those people, you have a 50% close rate. So the cost per lead is the cost for each of those 10 leads, those 10 people that called you. The cost per acquisition is the cost per lead that closes into being a client. So if you have a 50% close rate, your CPA will be double your CPL. Your cost per acquisition of a client will be double the cost per lead because for every 2 leads, you close 1. That's what a 50% close ratio is. So if you spend $30 per lead and you close 1 out of every 2, it means that you're spending $60 to close 1 client. So your CPA is $60, your CPL is $30 if you have a 50% close rate. That's all I got for the course today. If you feel like you need more, feel free to check out my YouTube channel at New Hope Creative. We also offer tons of free resources and worksheets for business owners like yourself. That YouTube channel is really good for landscaping owners. I've got a lot more content coming up soon. If you found this useful, please feel free to hit me up on social media. Please feel free to hit me up with any questions. My phone number is 215-593-5503. My email is leo@newhopecreative.net. We're also offering free consultations and a free 2-week trial for all of our marketing services. It's a built-in all-in-one solution that'll help you bring in tons of new leads for your business. So anyway, hope that was helpful. Hope you got some value out of that. Tried to keep it as short as I could for you guys. And yeah, have a good day and good luck with your business.